Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 11 of the Drive and Thrive podcast. Thank you guys for coming back. Um, another new setup. We'll see how we like it. It's a lot brighter in here. Um, no one with me, obviously, today, so shorter video. I'm going to do some sports talk because it is technically Sunday morning. Right now, it is 12:08. You can't see that. It's 12:08, February 11th. It's literally Sunday now. I am filming this the night of the Warriors Suns game. Um, First of all, we are 6-1. The Warriors are 6-1 in their last 7 games, so that's huge. Um, we're all playing good. We're finally back at 500. I have the Suns and Warriors highlights on the side over here. Um, Curry has been playing out of his mind recently. I just want to say something. Everyone on here is gonna think you only like Curry because he was good, or you only joined during the back-to-back days. People don't believe me when I say I've been a Curry fan since probably 2013, and I've been a Warriors fan since then too. Um, it's just it feels good to actually be a part of something for this long. Um, but everybody's playing out of their minds, especially Kuminga. Jonathan is crushing it lately, averaging over 25 in like the last 10 games he's had. Um, it's insane, and I think he's gonna be the future to our team, and I hope he is because he's incredible. He's an incredible talent. He can do so much. We got Gary Payton back. Uh, Gary Payton, Glove's son. I'm glad to have him back. Curry's playing good. Clay hasn't been the same, but he's getting there. He's hitting some shots. He's trying. The insane part is Curry's putting up insane numbers. Numbers close to what he won MVP with. He leads the league in clutch, like basically everything this season. He's going to finish the season off with Clutch Player of the Year. At least I hope so. If he doesn't, I don't know how. Uh, Against the Suns, he just hit his 9th career game winner, and I don't know how he did it. Caught the ball, did a full 360 pivot, squared up the shot. Like, it's insane. The amount of shots this guy makes is crazy. He's made 23s in the last 2 games because he had 11 the other night against the Pacers when he scored 42. He's 35 years old. He's only the second player ever behind Kobe Bryant to score 60 over the age of 35. And he's been doing it for almost 10 years. People forget Curry's been doing this for a long time too. Because this 50 spot in the Garden was in 2013, I think, when he scored in the 50 in the Garden. That was 10 years ago. Their first trip to the finals were 8 years ago. 9 years ago. Like, it's 2024 now. Like, that was 9 years ago. It's insane that Curry is still playing at this high of a level. Like, dude's basically averaging 30. He's the greatest shooter to ever play the sport. And I made a video on this earlier in the year, and Shaq said it, so it's not me. It's Shaq. Shaq thinks he should be in the GOAT debate. Shaq puts him over himself all time. Now, am I biased because I'm from this generation? Yes. Do I like LeBron? No. Can I deny his greatness? No. Dude's great at basically everything he does. I can't deny his greatness. And I didn't watch Michael play. I watched Kobe and Shaq as much as I could, especially Kobe in his later years. So I put Kobe high in my list. I also put Curry high in my list, Durant high in my list. Like a lot of people that are from my age, I've seen a lot of stuff. I like watched a lot of stuff. I don't like Kevin Durant, but or I don't not Kevin Durant. I like Kevin Durant. I don't like LeBron James, but I can't deny how good he is at everything. Dude's been playing 20 years. I get it. He did come out of high school, so he started young. He started at 18 instead of 22 or 21, whatever you get out of college. So he has that as a head start. He's been playing 20 years, but he also didn't play uh, college ball. So he got 2, 3, 4 years head start against some other kids, some other players. Curry, for example, he played 3 years at Davidson and was drafted in '09. So if he didn't play 3 years at Davidson, he had to. He was not good enough out of high school. If he didn't play 3 years out of Davidson, he would have been drafted in '06. 3 years after LeBron? 3 years after LeBron. And he'd be in his 17th season. Think about that. His 17th season, he was drafted out. But he played 3 years of college ball. Therefore, he's in his 14th. Curry's been doing this a long time, too. People don't realize that. Like, LeBron's 38. He's 3 years older than Curry is. But when LeBron was 35, 36, everyone was like, oh my gosh, he's so good. He's still playing at an elite level at this age. But now that Curry's doing it, it's completely normal to some people. And it doesn't make sense to me. LeBron, when he was playing with the Cavs, I think, and he hit 35, he was like, everyone's like, oh my gosh, LeBron's 35, playing at this elite level, like, he's so great, he's the GOAT, like, Curry's 35. He done something LeBron didn't. That scored 60 over the age of 35. He's got a better finals record. Is the all-time leading scorer in threes. He's stayed with one franchise his entire career. He has just as many championships as LeBron while staying loyal. He makes everyone around him better because without Curry, Draymond's not an all-star. Clay's not. Clay might have been an all-star. You put him on the right team, he could have still been an all-star. Wiggins, not an all-star without Curry. Looney, not as good without Curry. Like, Curry makes everyone around him better. LeBron just played with already good people. Kyrie, Anthony Davis, Chris Bosh, Dwayne Wade. Like, if you look at how many all-star teammates Curry's had and how many all-star teammates LeBron had, the number difference is insane. And look, I don't get talking into this stuff much because I'm not like a basketball like guru fanatic. I don't know stats. I don't know this, that, the other. I don't watch ball like all the time. I'm a fan of the Warriors. I like the Warriors. I like Steph Curry. I like Klay Thompson. I like certain other players. Excuse me. And I can't deny how good LeBron James is. But I don't put him as my GOAT. He's up there just because of how good he is at things, and I can't just not put him up there. But I put Curry up there because I've sat here and I've watched Curry play for years on end, doing what he does best, and that is play basketball at an elite level. He just surpassed 3,500 threes, 3,500 threes, and no player in history has yet to pass. Another player in history has yet to pass 300 or 3,000. I think James Harden is the closest right now, active player wise, and he's passed Ray Allen, or not Ray Allen. He's passed Reggie Miller, which means he's third, but he's not at 2,900 yet. Curry just passed 3,500 threes, and I think further than that now. And he's still going. And dude's probably going to be playing for a few more years. In the next couple years, if people don't start being like, wow, Curry, he's getting older and he's still playing at this elite level, like, should we put him in the GOAT conversation? Like, then I don't understand people. Curry won back-to-back MVPs, has multiple scoring titles, steals titles. The only MVP he didn't win the 2022 season is the actual MVP. He won the All-Star Game MVP. Then he won the Western Conference Finals MVP. Then he won the Finals MVP. He had an amazing season. He led the league in... It's insane. People just say it's normal now because Curry made it normal. And the NBA is going places where it shouldn't. Scoring 30 is normal to people now. Having 8 threes in a game is normal to people now. Luka literally had 72 and Embiid had 70 in the same week. And in the last year, we've had 4 people score 70 points. Before that, Devin Booker was the only one. And then before that, it was Kobe, who scored 80. The NBA is changing. It is evolving. Teams are scoring more points per game. More shots per game are getting put up. Players are starting to average more. Big men are starting to shoot the ball. They're starting to pass the ball. Rebounds are going down. The league leader in rebounds is like 12 a game, I think. And I think it's Sabonis. I think. I don't know that off the top of my head. I could be wrong. Like, the NBA is changing. It's basically a shooting clinic. If you can handle the ball and shoot the ball and play some defense, you're probably going to win the game. Where the game's going to be at in the next couple of years, I have no idea. Who's going to be in the finals? I still have no idea. If you tell me the Kings made it to the finals, I'd probably believe you with how they're playing the last couple of years. Sabonis, De'Aaron Fox, like Keegan Murray. Yeah, Keegan Murray. The NBA is changing. And who knows what's going to happen. The Warriors went from winning 3 championships in 4 years to having the worst losing record in 21, or in 20. Kind of coming back in 21. Winning the championship in 22. Getting bounced in the second round in 23. And this year we're barely at 500 before the All-Star break. We've been all over the place. We can come back. It took us 2 years to rebuild and come back after having the worst season the Warriors have had in a long time. Having the worst record in the league after Curry broke his hand. In 2020, after the Warriors lost to the Raptors, after Klay tore his MCL, ACL, whatever he tore, and Durant tore his Achilles, in 20, right after Curry broke his hand, the Warriors fell apart. Without Curry and Klay, Warriors are nothing. They traded everyone, got rid of everyone. They didn't have anybody. So what happens in 2021? Curry and Draymond and a bunch of bench players tried, and they did okay, but they couldn't do it. And what does Curry say? After he gets bounced in the play-in, you don't want to see us next year. And what happens? They win the finals. Curry finally wins a finals MVP, won All-Star Game MVP, won the first Western Conference MVP. Curry knew. That's how great he is. He knew the year before. He's like, we're going to come back next year and win. Klay returned. We had Gary Payton. We had Otto Porter. We had Damian Lee. We had Jordan Poole. We had them all. Andrew Wiggins, Kevon Looney. Everyone played out of their mind. And they went and won a chip against the Boston Celtics. Against Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, who are great players. Boston right now is the number 1 seed in the East, as far as I'm aware of. It might be the Bucks, but I'm like 98% sure it's the Boston Celtics. All I'm saying is you don't know where things could go this season. Warriors are back at 500. We could be playing out of our mind for the next 2 months, make the playoffs, and make a run for it. Will we? I don't know. Some nights were good, some nights were bad. It really just doesn't make sense to me. Some nights we put up 120 in a game, sometimes we put up 90. I couldn't tell you. As far as I'm concerned, our future's looking bright. We have Jonathan Kuminga, whatever. He's doing great. He's playing out of his mind. He's a future superstar, 100%, without a doubt. And everybody else we have, it's going great. Do I know what's going to happen in the off season? No. Could we trade people? Yeah. Klay could leave. Chris Paul's probably going to leave. He'll probably retire. We'll probably trade a bunch of people. I guess we'll just see what happens. I sat here and I watched this game winner. Oh, not to mention, I don't know how to say his name. Brandon, whatever his last name is. Starts with a P. Plays for the Warriors. He's a rookie. He's playing great. He's the one that inbounded the ball. Tried to shoot a gap between screens and barely missed. Curry caught the ball. His left hand, fully extended, caught it, and did a full spin move. Ooh. Why'd my... I don't like that. Hang on. Sorry, my screen dimmed. It scared me. I thought it was going to shut off the camera. Curry does a full... Go watch it. February 10th game against the Suns. The Warriors. Or I'm sure it'll be on there. This is Curry's 9th career game winner. Catches the ball, does a full 360. Scores it up, shoots it. And my favorite thing is Durant's reaction afterwards. Like watching the replay, he just sits there and smiles because he knew. He knew it was in. He knew it was good. Curry is insane, and I'll continue to say that forever. Curry will forever be my favorite player, no matter what anybody else says. And do I put him in my top 5? Yeah. Absolutely. As far as I'm concerned, Curry's one of the greatest players ever to lace up on the hardwood. By a long shot. He fully impacted the game the way no one else has. Ever. Changed the game. It's insane. Thank you guys so much for watching the Drive and Thrive podcast, episode number 11. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, comment, do everything. This was a shorter episode, even though it was already 22 minutes long. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for joining me for Sports Talk. And I'll see you next time. Deuces.